It is finals footy, of course, and we brought in the big guns. Matthew Lloyd is here for Lloydie's Lens. Lloydie, welcome to you. Deep dive into the finals for us.
Now, I'm going to look at why I think each team will win a final. So I'm going to start with the Adelaide Crows. I think they beat Collingwood, and it's for the reason that they're big three. They kicked 5 of the 9 goals the last time they played. So I just think you touched on matchups. So Billy Frampton, Maynard, these types, they're going to have their work cut out, really. Like, how do you stop that? So you've got Fogarty, you've got Tex Walker, who was too big in situations late in that game against Darcy Moore. And then you've got Thilthorpe. I think he's an All-Australian. He's one of the more powerful players in the game. And again, as games wear on in finals, the ball is kicked longer. It's more of a contested game. And I think that's where the Adelaide Crows are going to go on and win that first final.
And Tex too, game 300. It's a massive milestone. He's going to be up and about, isn't he?
He is going to be up and about. So I think, they can expose the Collingwood defence in the first final. The second final, I think Brisbane have the best list in the game. And that's where I think they can beat Geelong. You asked about the matchups. I like Brisbane's run-in, and whenever the game is stepped up or they're challenged or they've lost one the week before, they just crank it up. So let's take a look at the Brisbane guys that I absolutely love, and that's Bailey, Rayner, McCluggage, these types. They're just so explosive. So you've got Bailey and you've got Rayner there and you've got McCluggage, and I just think Sydney in this time, I know they won the game, but most teams just can't go with them. So really I'm interested to see how guys like Zach Guthrie go in this game, and those Buse or whoever gets them, those O'Connor types. I think there's just so many of them. Even Fletcher's been added to the mix. Charlie Cameron. They've just got so many of the same type, Josh, that it's hard to cope with.
We saw Cam Rayner explode last September, Lloydie. How much is he going to benefit from that? Because it just felt like a weight was lifted off his shoulder that he's carried since having that number 1 tag.
You're spot on. The experience of what they got through it. And I don't think any of them worry about it. They love the big moment. They love the big stage. And there's so many of them. If one's down, someone else will get you.
The Hawks and the Giants is next. That's what Chad and I are looking forward to. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so just on that, so I like Brisbane. I like the Hawks in this one. Despite the record, I do like Hawthorn. I think they come in better form. I'm far more convinced by Hawthorn. So both teams play pretty similar. They're very dynamic off half-back. So when you take a look at it, Hawthorn explosive. Battle's been a massive in. So it was a great game at the Gabba. They didn't lose any respect from me. I know they've lost to the Adelaide Crows in Adelaide and Brisbane at the Gabba, but they played so well in both of them. So you see this, I love the chaos nature. So the Wizard Watson, McDonald, Ginnivan, they all just push up. Dylan Moore, they get up so high and they just like they're off to the races, and it really challenges you, and it made Brisbane panic. So this clip, because it comes in so fast, free kick to Mitch Lewis. But then on the flip side of that, the Giants are just as good. So it's going to be about who can do as much damage off halfback. But why I'm going for Hawthorn, I like Battle, Barrass, Sicily, the form they're in, that they can cope better in defence than maybe the Giants' defence is, with Buckley maybe not playing or underdone.
Okay, well, you can come back next week now that you've tipped Hawthorn. And the final game that you're going to take a look at, of course.
Yeah, and I loved what Fremantle did. And I've been slow to the party in respecting Fremantle. I thought they'd miss out. I thought the Western Bulldogs would beat them. But that was one of the games of the season. It felt like a final to me with the way it was played. And I just thought it was their toughness. So this ball's in dispute. It's a big ball up, but they willed themselves. They were tougher than the Western Bulldogs. So we'll let this one play out. They just won more contests in tight, and then they were so slick. So I think that's what finals is built upon. Can you be tougher? Can you win more one-on-one contests? Can you win more moments than the opposition? And they won more moments than the Western Bulldogs. So they've already played a final. They stood up so well. I just don't think the Gold Coast Suns are going to be able to cope with what Fremantle serve up in front of 60,000 screaming fans off the stadium. I don't think they lack for too much. And yes, they've got Rowell, they've got Anderson. But if you stop Ben King, I don't think the Gold Coast Suns can kick a winning score.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a hostile environment for the Suns. So you're tipping Freo, Hawthorn, Brisbane and Geelong. Who's your tip?
Brisbane.
And the first one,
and
Adelaide
Crows.
Okay,
yes.
All right. We'll note that down.
Yes.
We'll keep our receipts for next week. Lloydie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.